Okay, so you've done the hard part, you've made the assignment, you taught the actual class virtual, and now you have to grade it. Honestly, grading is probably one of the things I put off the most. It takes forever. But Google Classroom has been life-changing with this. It's amazing. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just so great. It saves me so much time. It's so much easier. I don't have to carry around bags and bags of folders of papers. It's beautiful. The grading tab is going to change your life. Let's get into the specifics. So we have our stream right here. This is 7A. Let's click on grades. Okay, so looking at this, you see a whole bunch of assignments. Let's look at this one that I've done. So I'll just click the three dots here and I'll hit view submission. So this is a discussion board that I did. So I can go back to the question, what is the best flavor of ice cream? I can then click student answers. I see that I said chocolate ice cream because it is far superior to vanilla. I can even see the reply of each student. All of my students will appear here on the left, and I can just give them a score, hit enter, and it puts it in green. The green means that it is a draft grade. So that's the equivalent of putting it in your paper grade book, but not in your digital grading system. Students won't get it until you return it to them. So you have the option here by clicking the three dots to return individually. I generally will just do the whole list and then return all assignments. So then I'm gonna go back to my stream, back to grades. Let's check out this ice cream quiz 2. So view submission, it says no files attached. This is a form, so it's not gonna show me those attached files. I have to actually go in and look at the form itself. So let's go back. So I'm gonna open the form and it's ice cream quiz 2 and it says that I turned it in. Cool. Gonna click on that. It'll take me to this form. I hit the edit button in the corner and then it'll show me this responses up here. And it says I have 4 responses. I can even see responses to each question. So here is my summary page. Tells me my average score, median, and the range. So it'll be frequently missed questions here, and then below it'll say email, score, and it'll even tell you the timestamp of it. I also have the option to release all scores. I generally don't do it from the form just because Google Classroom will return it to them. So I don't need to send them the same grade twice. I then even have a fancy graph on possible answers and what people picked. I can look by question. There's just 2 questions here, so I can see that. I tend to go by individual. So I just select the emails from here in this drop-down box, and I can see what they picked. Now, this quiz I let people take more than once, so I have 4 different responses here. If I want to put those in Google Classroom, I'm not going to sort through 4 different responses for 70 plus children. For those math people at home, that's 280 responses to a single quiz. That's just a little bit too much data for me personally. So I'm going to let Sheets do the work. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click on this Google Sheets icon. And then I can put it in an existing spreadsheet or I can have it create a new one. I usually just have it create a new one, and then if I re-update a quiz, I will add it to the existing. I created a spreadsheet, it opens it for me right away, and then it shows my timestamps, my email, score, and the question answers. I like to highlight all of this, and then I go data, and I go remove duplicates. So then I'm gonna remove duplicates by email. It saved the highest score duplicate. So for quizzes that I want them to take until they get right, these sheets have been amazing because I can just select my data and hit a simple button that says remove duplicates, And then I know everybody's highest score for that quiz. So then I can just hit Control F. I can just pull up this search bar here and I can search for each student by name and it's done. So let's go back to our other quiz because there's an other quiz that has a short answer. My response here, individual, because I'm going to grade each individual one. So I made this a short answer question and I only added the lowercase spelling. Google Forms is great, but for short answer, it only accepts exact answers for that. Otherwise, it marks it wrong. So even though I did write chocolate, the whole uppercase font, well, the uppercase letters, it's not a font, threw it off and it's marked it as wrong. And then right here, I just typed in letters. So I could always go up here and just regrade this, make it a 1, and then I'll make that a 0 using these arrows, or I can just type it in as well. I then have to hit save. So then this is graded. So I could delete this individual response. It won't delete the whole quiz. It will just delete the response. I could print it. I also have the option of deleting all responses and getting email notifications for new responses. I turned this on for forms about like updated contact information. Okay, so I've graded this quiz. Let's go over to our grading tab. So here, and we're in grades. So when I open this short answer quiz and I have a G Suite for Education account, there will be a button over here that says import grades. What would happen is I could click that button and then the score from this quiz would automatically be put here instead of me having to enter it. This only works when there's only one response per email. And then I could hit enter and return. Okay. So if I go back to the grade tab, I can look at this reflection right here and we can grade this. So if I wanted to open the student's assignment in Google Docs, I would just click this window over here. I also have an option to add comments that I frequently make to the comment bank for quick access. This is a great tool and I'll show you how to use that. I enter my grade here, return it when I'm done. So I'm in the comment bank and I can go add to bank. And then I'm just gonna write comments that I would frequently use. So like, great job, and add. And I could also add, don't forget to carry into the tens place, or whatever it is. Add. So then I come back here. So this is the grading and this is the comment bank. So back to grading. I can highlight the word, whatever I want. Come over, there's a little comment bubble over here. I click that. And then I have to start with that number symbol. And then my comments come up. I can even start typing and it'll narrow it down for me. Then let me scoot over. I can hit comment and there it is. I can also come over here and give it a grade of say 3. And this needs to be 5 sentences or whatever it is. And hit post. It has the draft grade here. I can then hit return, although I'll usually do it at the end and do multiple submissions. It'll then bring up this whole big list and I can return. This also does work for Google Slides. So let me show you that. So I've added an assignment with Google Slides. So let's show you how that looks when you grade it. So I click on this assignment. I can click on the copy. When I open it up, it will bring me this whole viewer so I can see each individual slide. I love to use this for breakout rooms. So each breakout room will have their own slide and then I can easily view the whole class. Or I can put a question on each slide if I want and look through it that way. I can go through, I can still add my comments that I want. The comment button is just up here this time. I can still use my comment bank. This comment doesn't really apply to this, but pretend. And I can still give it a grade like usual and hit return. So once I return grades, they become final in the gradebook. I can always go back and edit them if I like. So like this grade, if I decide I want to give myself a 3 instead, I hit enter and it saved it as this draft grade. I have to re-return it. So if a student does corrections for you, you can still change their grade. And then it updates with my percentage over here and it'll tell you the class average. All right guys, that'll do it for this video on Google Classroom and the grading tab. Make sure you check out the rest of them that I've linked up in the eye. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button. I'd love to see you again. And maybe leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.